everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new to my channel. I'm a reseller, which means I go to thrift stores and I buy items at a low cost and I turn them around and make them for sale on sites like eBay and Poshmark to make income. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the items that I've picked up this week that I sourced to make money online. I'll tell you why I picked the item up and give you a few key factors of some things that you can look for while you're at your thrift store. These are a pair of women's Levi's 550 relaxed fit tapered leg, size 14 regular. And the regular is just the inseam length. So because these are a little bit of an older style, a size 14 might translate more to today's sizing, and a size 12 usually runs a little bit smaller. So I will be sure and include measurements. I just recently filmed a how to measure jeans video, so I'll link that somewhere up here in case you are interested. So these are just a nice classic dark wash jean. One of the things I absolutely love about selling Levi's is all of the information, as you saw before, is on the tag on the inside, but most oftentimes it's also on this tag right here. This is kind of a random item that I picked up. I'm going to give it a shot. This appears to be a vintage jacket by the brand Tiziano. Now, the reason I took a second glance at this and looked up comps was because of all of the heavy branding on it. So that is one tip I have for you, is anytime you're out somewhere and you see something that has a lot of work as far as branding goes put onto the outside of the garment, chances are that is a brand that is proud of what they sell, and oftentimes you're going to get a higher return on investment. This just kind of has patches all over it, and it says the Tiziano, which is the brand, Yacht Club. I did do a couple of comps. There wasn't much to look at, but some of these jackets were doing pretty well. So this is just kind of a bonus piece that I'm going to give a chance, probably price high and accept offers. This is a Guess Women's faux leather jacket, and this kind of has a little bit of that like animal print to it. This is a moto style, which is a very popular style right now. Moto, kind of where it's off to the side and looks kind of like a biker motorcycle jacket. So this is like an espresso brown color, almost black. More often than not, I prefer to pick up real leather, but I am going to give this a shot because of the style. I find that faux leather or vegan leather items can still do well if they have a really great style paired with a well-known brand like Guess. I have sold quite a few of these here recently, this exact style. This is a women's size small, and this is a Nike. I think this is the Nike Tech line, which is what is going for more money and is selling the quickest right now. So this is just a women's windbreaker jacket. It is a size small, but it's a little bit oversized, and it's just a color block windbreaker, classic white and black with a hood and obvious branding, which I talk about all the time is important when you pick up Nike pieces. So another tip I have for you is on these, if you want to determine if it is the Nike Tech line or not, you can look up on the inside. There is a little tag underneath of the material tag, a little paper tag which has 3 different numbers on it. It might vary for you which number works for you, but the middle number with the dashes is what I look up to find the style number. So I will go onto Google, I will type Nike space and then that exact number with the dashes and everything included, and then whatever the item is pops up. I will have the style name of it, and then I can do better comps to decide how much I should sell the item for, and it will also tell me if it is part of the Nike Tech line. I have just recently started doing this with Nike clothing pieces. I didn't realize it was that easy to look up. So that is one tip I have for you, and I do have a video about looking up style numbers if you are interested in learning how to do that. I will link it somewhere up here. Next is a sweater, and this is by one of my favorite brands, Ralph Lauren. This is a women's size petite large, and I picked this up because of the brand and the material. So this is a blend of acrylic and mohair. And mohair is definitely a desirable fabric, and if you have a mohair blend, you want to put mohair in your title somewhere. So again, good brand paired with a great material, and then also the style of this is really desirable as well. This is a turtleneck with a bunch of cable knit detail all over cable knit, always adds value. And this is an ombre style color. This next one is a fun, funky find. This is by the brand RVT. I don't know if this is part of the branding or just their style name or just their slogan, but it says serve piping hot. So what I did is I just looked up RVT serve piping hot. You can tell by the tag and everything that this is an older item. So these are just a pair of very high-rise animal print jeans, kind of a thinner denim material. But I really like the style of these, and there wasn't much about this brand, but when I looked it up, they were doing pretty well, and this appears to be something that was either sold at Hot Topic a while ago or a store like that, and it appears to no longer be available. Anything sold at Hot Topic, and again, I don't know for sure if that is, but it seems to be anything that was sold at Hot Topic or is sold at Hot Topic, once they discontinue it, flies off the shelf. This next one is by Fashion Nova, size 1X. So Fashion Nova itself does not retail for a ton, but the reason I picked this up was because it's a well-known brand. It is a plus size and it is a modern style. So this is like an oversized crop hoodie. It is super soft. It has these interesting like bell sleeves here in a pretty red color, and it's ribbed all over, which ribbing is adding value right now. Plus it is hooded. So for all of those factors, I decided to pick this one up, and I think it is perfectly on trend for what people are looking for this season. Okay, this next one is by Lucky Brand, and you can see it is an older Lucky Brand label, but this is a cotton wool blend, mostly wool, and I really liked the color details of the striping on this. It is a cardigan sweater. It kind of has a little bit of Western, Southwestern vibes. I just noticed a small hole, so I'll have to make sure and put that in my listing. Seems like no matter how many times I look an item over, there's always at least one I come home with where I notice a flaw later. So I picked this one up. Good brand, good material, also good style with the color details because, again, I can put Southwestern in my title. So this is another Levi's, but this is a more modern pair of Levi's. This is a mid-rise skinny. Whenever I see this tag, the skinny white tag with the red lettering, that always tells me it is a more modern style, and these do pretty well. You'll always still want to look up the style name when you do comps, but a lot of these are doing very, very good. So this is just a mid-rise skinny jean. This is a women's size 8, which is a pretty decent size, and these are just a completely dark wash jean. Really excellent condition. Can't go wrong with Levi's and modern styling. This is a line I just learned about when I picked this up. This is the Fine Merino collection by Elaine Bryant. Again, good brand, good material. This is also a great size at a size 14-16. And I just all in all like the color scheme of this. Very neutral, very on trend, and again, super soft, thin merino wool, which is a good seller and raises the value of the item. This one I picked up off of Style Alone. So this is the brand Bisou by Michelle Bisou. This is just polyester, so nothing crazy on the material. It's a size large. So the reason I picked it up was for the star print. So anything celestial, star, moon seems to be doing very well right now because it goes along with that bohemian trend that everyone's looking for. And oftentimes when brands put out star, moon, or celestial prints, they're in limited quantities, and then later it's kind of hard to find. So I always find that this kind of stuff does well. And this is a really pretty sheer purple with gold stars. I just think the style of this will do very, very well, and I will be putting star and celestial into my title. Here is another Hot Topic-y brand. Again, I don't know if these were actually sold at Hot Topic or a store like that, but it appears that it was. This is the brand Misdemeanor. Whenever you see quirky pants like this that look like they could have been sold at Hot Topic, they don't look like much or feel like much, but they can be worth big money, so keep an eye out for them. So this is a women's size 11, which I guess is like a junior size. And these are a pair of actual leather, real leather pants. Really cool. They've got the break here. And then what's interesting about these is they have a front center zip, which is not a style that most people can find nowadays. So I'll put all those keywords in. I will probably also put goth in the title because I find that helps to bring the right buyer to items like these. Okay, this is another new to me brand. So first of all, in general, bib overalls, shortalls, overall dresses, great seller in all brands. I love picking up overalls in both men's and women's. Regardless of brand, it always adds value. But these are a nice fall, like rust color. I could totally see somebody wearing these to the pumpkin patch or doing a photo shoot in these. They're very relaxed. I think they are linen. Let me check. They are a cotton linen blend. These are a women's size 10. And the brand is called, I'll show you the actual tag, but it is new with tags, Apiece Apart. When I looked up this brand, it seemed to have a really great retail value and a good resale value. Now, another reason I picked this up is because it was new at tags. So I have all of the style information on here, which is always really nice. And these are called the Katarina Broken Down Twill overalls from Apiece Apart. Apparently, these retailed for $395. So when I cross-post these over onto Poshmark, I'll make sure and put that retail price into the listing. I also just really like the V detail in the back. I thought that was really special. Here is a vintage piece. This is by the brand Carlisle. I picked this up because it was wacky, it was vintage, and it is 100% silk and in really great condition. So this is just a cropped silk blazer, and I thought it was just magical. Anything like this that's super unique, I almost always pick up, especially when it has great material. These remind me of like candy pieces. I'll probably put jewel and candy because I think they were going for jewel, but honestly, this reminds me of like a candy print. Isn't that just so fun? I don't know what I'm going to ask for this, but again, when I don't know, I usually price high and accept offers and let the market decide. This will definitely be a piece that I'll probably cross-post over onto Etsy and to Depop. This was an amazing, amazing find. I believe I paid $20 for this. So this brand is called Cooper, and this is a type A2 jacket, size 50L, which is a great size in men's, a larger size. This is a flight leather jacket. And if you look up this brand, this exact jacket is what everyone is looking for. There isn't a lot for sale, but about as much that were listed have sold, which tells me it has a great sell-through rate. And I think I'm going to get over $200 for this. So I was really excited about this find. Again, I did pay up, but I'm expecting a great return on investment and probably pretty quickly as well. Honestly, I used to pass on leather jackets a lot, but here recently I've been finding more and more brands that people are seeking after. There are definitely far and few in between, but I'm starting to really like looking in the leather section of the coats and jackets. So if you see this brand, definitely do not pass on it. All right, this next one is just a bread and butter that I almost always pick up. So this is a vintage Abercrombie and Fitch men's size medium. Brand didn't really matter too much. This is a vintage denim shirt, which I find no matter what the brand is, men's denim vintage shirts always do well for me. So this is a full button. Again, the well-known brand just helps to sell it, but little faded, a little worn, but again, sometimes that can actually help to raise the value of the item. So in this listing, I will probably put the words work, chore, and barn because I feel like that is going to bring the right buyer to this item. I can't remember if I've showed this or not, but it needed wash, so I washed it and then hung it back up. Can't remember if I've already showed it, so sorry if I have, but this is the brand, and I can only tell by the zipper, but it's a BCBGMaxazria jacket. This is down-filled, and it's this really pretty like metallic-y blue color. And it does have the hood that comes out of the zipper here. So I will do pictures of the jacket just like this, and then I'll take it out to show that the hood is inside. Down jackets in general can't really go wrong with if you're getting them at a good price. It always helps when you have a well-known brand like BCBGMaxazria to help to sell it. But I think this color alone and the style where it kind of has these interesting rib details will really help to get this jacket sold. Here is another vintage piece. You guys are getting to see a lot of the vintage stuff I pick up today, I guess. I had a good week in vintage. There's no branding, but this is a vintage tag. It is made in USA. It is a size extra large. And it's like this inside out fleecy material. Super warm. And I picked it up because it was vintage, it was men's, and it had a decent graphic. That's all I can say. I just have such good luck with vintage men's sweatshirts. This is Marblehead, which is an island, I believe. I just like the nautical graphic. I just do well with stuff like this, so I started picking it up on a regular basis. I'll probably ask, I don't know, like 30 or 35, maybe more if I do specific comps and find this exact piece, but usually $30 to $35 on men's vintage sweatshirts is where I usually land. This is a pair of women's Athleta, what feel like dress pants, size 10. So great size in Athleta. Usually I can only find these smaller sizes, but these are like they're like a dress pant. I don't know how else to explain the material. Has a little side slit here, has a back pocket, and they're kind of a skinny fit. I've been picking up a lot of North Face if I get it pretty inexpensively. I find that a lot of the North Face stuff now, especially the Denali jackets, which I'm about to show you, have gone really far down in price, and oftentimes there are certain sizes that do better than others. So this is a girl's size extra large. This is kids, but this is just a blue and gray Denali jacket. Pretty good condition. I picked it up because I think the color is pretty unique. It's in good condition, and I got it pretty inexpensively. So the Denali jackets are the ones that are fleece but have this different material here and on the back arm. Those are called the Denali jackets. Another vintage piece. This is by Jerzees. It is a fleece lined size extra large. This appears to be a men's, but I think I'm going to market it as a women's because vintage items usually run small anyway, so I could probably just market this as a women's. And I think the graphic is more for women, but this is a vintage white sweatshirt, Christmassy. Pretty decent condition. It did have a couple spots, which are very light, and I didn't notice until I got home. I don't know if you'll even be able to see them, but there's a very couple of light spots here that I couldn't get out. But I really loved the graphic. In contrast, especially with this bright white sweatshirt, I think is really cool. It does have some like who made, like the artist right here, but I couldn't make it out. This is definitely vintage and again, just really cool. I will probably put this over on Etsy and on Depop. This next one is by Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a men's size extra large. And this is just a navy blue pullover. Reason I picked it up was because it had cable knit detail, which again raises the value of a lot of items. So if this were just a cotton pullover without the cable knit detail, I probably would not have picked it up. Here is another vintage piece. This does have a couple spots on it that I couldn't get out, but I thought it was cool enough that I'm going to give it a shot. So this is a vintage women's denim jacket, and this has toggles, which are what these are called. So I'll call this a duffel coat and put toggle in the title as well. Main reason I picked it up was because look at the inside contrast of this. This Western blanket style inside is the main reason that I picked it up. Stuff like this can go for a lot. I'll probably price high and accept offers. This also has a hood. Again, there's a couple spots on it, but I didn't let that deter me. This is by the brand Denim and Company, and it is a size extra large. And lastly is a men's J. Crew denim / chambray shirt. This has something that says Shirtinos on it, so I think I will also put that in the listing. Size extra large. Men's and women's J. Crew, no matter how old they are, denim / chambray shirts, button up, long sleeves, do amazing. They always sell very well, usually for about $30. So that will probably be about what I list this for. Again, it doesn't really matter the wash or if it feels a little worn in. For some reason, those just sell really well for me. All right, guys, so that is the end of today's thrift haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Drop a comment down below and let me know what your best find was this week. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.